So, okay, my dear students, I'm going to tell you the gist whatever we have done yesterday. So, yesterday we have gone through this page, and from this page we have come to know that this story is basically set in the spring season. Okay, and as the winter season had just ended, all the people came out of their houses. They were very much cheerful, and as the chilling cold weather had been ended, so people conveyed through different modes like foot, horses, bamboo carts, like bullock carts. Okay, so there was one little boy who was accompanied by his parents, and he was so excited. Okay, and he was simply begging into the father's leg. He was full of life, he was full of excitement, full of laughter. Okay, so from this page we have come to know this thing. Now I'm going to move to second page. So we have gone through this page yesterday. So from that page, what we have come to know. Okay. So from that page, we have come to know. So from this page, we have come to know that the child was very much attracted to the toys. And those toys were displayed at the various stalls. Okay. So he would be left behind if his parents would call him to come with them. So he was moving towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call, his eyes still lingering on the receding toys. Okay, so lingering means lasting for a long time. It means he just wanted to stay back, he wanted to have those toys. Okay, but as he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress, he could not put an end, he could not press his desire of his heart. Okay, and he knew this thing that the cold and the old stare of refusal in the eyes of his parents. Okay, but what was actually going on? The child was very much obedient, and he had to walk towards them and whenever the parents were calling them. Okay, so he couldn't control on his desire to buy a toy. So, but he was familiar to the reaction that they would give. Okay, but the way the parents were steering him, it was very much crystal clear. It was giving an indication that they were giving a denial to buy him the toy. Okay, but the child was very much aware the emotionless way in which they would stare at him. Okay, but the child was unable to control his desire any longer. So he said, no, I wanted that toy, I wanted that, I want to buy that toy. So his father looked at him with red eyes. Okay, and he was looking in a very, you can say, cruel way, in a very he was looking just like a, you can say, oppressive ruler, as a cruel person looks. So the father was looking at that boy in a very cruel way. Okay, bachche. So the father's eyes, it really grew red with anger, and he was looking at the child just like a cruel ruler. Okay, he was simply trying to oppress him, it seems like that. But his mother melted by the free spirit of the day, and she became so tender, and she was giving him her finger to hold, and she was simply, you can say, distracting his attention by saying that, see, look child, what is in front of you. So in this way the mother was becoming emotional due to the cheerful mood. Okay, so that's why she offered her finger to the child. Tender means very much soft, delicate. Okay, so she gave her a finger to the child, and she was holding his finger, and she was guiding him to a place, and she asked him to see what was in front of him. So what was basically there? It was a flowering mustard field. It was yellow like a melting gold, and it was sweeping across the miles and miles of even land. Okay, so there were a group of dragonflies which were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly, and they all were in search of sweetness from the flowers. So the child started following them in the air, and what happened? One of the wood still its wings and rest, and he tried his level to catch it. But all those were going fluttering, they were flapping, they were going up into the air, and when he had almost caught it in his hands, then his mother gave him a call, come child, come on the footpath. Okay, so Gaudi here, I have told you yesterday, Gaudi basically was extremely bright, showy. Okay, clear बच्चे? Up to that text is clear? So what happened? Now the child was feeling so helpless. He had to be obedient. He was not willing to be obedient at that time, but he was not having any option. So that's why the child ran towards his parents. So when he was walking next to them, so after taking some few steps, he again stopped. Okay, and what was the attraction at that time? He saw insects there. Okay, and those insects were coming out of the soil. Once again the child was left behind. Again, what parents were saying, come child, come. So such kind of call was given by his parents from the shade of that small wood, or you can say from the shade of that small group of trees where they were sitting on the edge of a wall, and he had to run towards them. Okay, so the parents called them, they were sitting under the shady tree. Okay, and now the child was feeling so helpless, he has to again join his parents and he has to move to them. Clear bachche? Now shall I move further? Now the parents were again and again calling that boy, calling that child, and that child was running and playing. He started playing around a banyan tree. Okay. Now what did the parents do? They lifted him, they walked down a narrow twisting lane, and they have to cross the mustard field, and finally they reached the fair. Okay. So as they were very much near to the village, the child could see many other footpaths. Okay, and these footpaths, they were full of throngs, you can say, full of crowd. There was a huge crowd, and it was converging, it was, you can say, it was converging means gathering to the whirlpool of the fair. Okay, and he was so fascinated by the confusion of the word where he was entering. Okay, where he was entering, so he was so much confused. So I'm going to move to next page. So I was explaining you this page, explain last line of page number 2, last line of page number 2. Last paragraph is not clear to you? Okay, in last paragraph, what does the Bachis, last paragraph, it is given the parents were calling the child, and this child was running and playing, and where it was playing around a banyan tree, because there was one banyan tree. So the boy started playing under a banyan tree. So what did the parents do? They were not having any option, so they lifted that boy and they were walking down a narrow, okay, twisted lane. Okay, and after that they crossed the mustard fields, and finally they were able to reach the fair. They were finally able to reach the fair. Okay, so now bache, I'm going to move to third page. Okay, clear bache? Now third page we were reading yesterday, so in third page I'm going to take a gist. So here it is given that they were about to reach the fair. So here the child saw that there was a huge crowd. What huge crowd was there? That there were so many people who were walking in the direction. Which direction? They were moving to the fair. Throng means huge crowd. Okay. So there was a dense crowd which was carrying him, and he was stepping back for a while. But the next moment he was got attracted to the mind-blogging crowd of humanity. Okay. So what was there? What was there? At the entrance, what did he saw? At the entrance of the fair, at the one corner, there was a sweet meal seller. Okay. And he had a shop there and he was selling different kinds of sweets like gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi. So all those sweets were very much displayed in a very nice way at a very different heights, and they were all covered with, you can say, leaves of gold and silver. They were all decorated with leaves of gold and silver. So the boy was feeling mouth watering. The boy's mouth watered when he saw the sight of his favorite barfi. So he expressed his desire, okay, but he expressed his desire in a very low voice because he knew that his request would be definitely refused by his parents. Okay, so definitely, but he was damn sure about this thing that his parents would say that he was so greedy for the barfi. So he knew that his demand would not be fulfilled, so that's why he was not having any another option, so he moved further along with his parents. After that he got a chance to see another scene. There was a flower seller. So there, that flower seller was hawking. Hawking means he was speaking in a very high tone. Okay, hidden means not paying any attention. Hidden means paying attention. So parents were not heeding it, they were not paying any attention. Yes, his parents were with him, but see what happens when the children, they give lot of demands to their parents. So what happens, sometimes parents, they are not able to fulfill each and every demand. Okay, so there were different kinds of things, so many attraction was there. So he was so mesmerized to see all the things, so he was putting so many demands in front of his parents. But at one time he realized this thing, that his all demands are not going to be fulfilled by his parents. Okay, because he was so much attractive towards every stall which was displayed in the fair. Okay, so there was a flower seller. Okay, there was, he was hawking. What he was hawking, he was speaking like that, a garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar. So child was so much attracted towards it, but he had to go towards. Okay, and he, after that he went towards the basket, and there were so many flowers. They were kept in a pile, they were kept in a heap, and he spoke half murmured. Half murmured means he spoke in a very, you can say, low voice. Okay, why he spoke in a low voice? Because he wanted to have one of those. So he walked towards the basket of flowers. Okay, and he again announced his desire to have one in a very soft, in a very low voice. Why he spoke in a low voice? Because he knew his demand would not be fulfilled. Again the parents would refuse to buy him the flowers. Okay, but they would say that they were very cheap, like that they would be speaking. So again that poor boy, he had to walk ahead without expecting a reply from his parents. After that, he got a chance that there was a man who was standing and who was holding a pole. And what was in the pole? There were green, red, yellow, purple balloons. Okay, and they were flying from it. So the child was completely carried away by the rainbow glory. Okay, and silken colors. So he was filled with an overwhelming desire. He wanted to have them, he wanted to possess them. But he well knew his parents, that his parents would never and never buy him the balloons, because he knew this thing, what dialogue would be delivered by the parents. What would be the dialogue? They would say that he was too old to play with such toys. So that's why he was not having any another option. He has to move further. Okay, so here overwhelming, I have told you yesterday also, overwhelming means a very much strong emotions he was having. Okay, so after that what happened, the next thing that the child came across was a balloon seller. And balloon seller having so many different colors of rainbow. So the boy still, he had to control on his emotion. Okay, so the child had to move further. So what was now the next emotion, next, sorry, attraction? There was a snake charmer. Okay, he paused. There was a snake charmer, and that snake charmer, what was he doing? He was playing a flute. Okay, and the snake was, it was twisting its neck to the music. Okay, so afterwards what happened, the snake had coiled itself in a basket. The snake had coiled itself in a basket and he had raised its head out. Okay, so what was the snake doing? It was bending, it was moving its neck in a different direction so gracefully, and it was seeming like a swan. Okay, so when he heard the music of the flute, okay, so he was so mesmerized to see that scene. It seemed that the music of the flute was heard by the snake's invisible ears. It was the perception of that child. Okay, so what kind of effect it was creating? It was, he was thinking that there is the music of the flute, and this music is heard by the snake's invisible ears, and it really created the effect of a waterfall on it. Okay, but why so? Because it was swinging its neck in a same way. Okay, but the boy again, he had to walk towards the his parents. Okay, why so? Because parents warned him not to remain away from the unpleasant music played by such men, so he had to walk further. Okay, after snake charmer, what happened? What was that? Another attraction. What was another attraction? So after that, what was the next attraction? There was a next attraction of roundabout. So roundabout, it was in full swing. Okay, it means he was so attracted to see the roundabout, which was in full swing, and people who were enjoying, men, women, children, who were enjoying that whirling motion. Whirling motion means, you can say, circular motion. Okay, circular motion they were enjoying. And roundabout, it is basically bache a name of a merry-go-round. Roundabout is a merry-go-round. So it was in full swing, it was in full movement. Okay, so the people were crying. Okay, they were shouting, and there was a confused laughter. Okay, so the child was looking at them with intently. Intently means keenly. He was looking at them, and he also made a request that he wanted to have the roundabout. He made this request in front of his parents. Okay, bache. So you write down the meaning of roundabout. Roundabout is means merry-go-round. Swing means movement. You write down the meaning side by side. Swing means movement. Shrieked means cried. Shrieked means cried. And dizzy means confused. Okay, confused. And intently means keenly. Okay, but now I'm going to move to next page. We are going to start with the next page. So who is going to read this page? Okay, wait, बच्चे. Okay. Now on this page we have come across on this page we have come across different kinds of difficult words. So my dear students, to write down the meanings of these words, only then you will be able to understand the proper beauty of the text. So start writing, underline the difficult word and write down their meanings. Okay. So write down the meaning of these words. Convulsed, it means made sudden movements. Okay, beta. After that, write down weight. My dear student, please I am telling you, write down these meanings on your books. Nobody is looking at you, but it is only for your knowledge. If you will be writing these meanings only, then you will be able to understand the text. And Dhiren, you can keep your video off, bache. Now, wailed means cried bitterly. Cried bitterly. Okay. After that, rage. Rage means anger. Okay. Then suppressed. Suppressed means pressed. Okay. Patches. Patches means pieces. Pieces. Congested. The meaning of congested is crowded. Okay. Are you writing these meanings side by side? Tell me. Write down so quickly using pencil only on your book. Okay. So flashing is shining. Now there is a twist in the story. What happens here? I'll just explain you. Hefty means strong. Okay. After that we have another word, thrust. What is the meaning of thrust? Thrust you can say push. Okay. Push. Okay. Now I am going to tell you the meaning of this page. So for that, get ready. So all the word meanings are clear to you. If you have written, shall I share page with you? If you are able to write down, shall I share the page with you? Bache, if you have written, shall I share the page with you? Okay. Those who are not able to write down the meanings, they can look at the board and they can write down the meaning side by side. Video is on. So after some time, what happened? He had to give up. Okay, because the loud cries, they were turning into mild sobs. Okay, because he saw there were so many people. They were standing, they were walking. Okay, but he was not able to find out his parents. He tried his level best to find out that his parents were among them or not, among those strangers or not, but he was not able to find out. So there was a complete laughter, there was a complete talk of the people, but all this laughter, all this talk, it was seeming so meaningless for the child. It was seeming so meaningless to the child. So his main focus was only to search for his parents. Okay, clear? Up to the text is clear? Okay, cover note, I take your doubt. Just let me explain this paragraph, then I take your doubt. What you want to ask, Victor? I listen to you. Wait. So the boy was crying so loudly, okay, and he was jerking his body and he started running here and there and he was simply calling for his parents. He was full of fears, he was full of tears, and tears were rolling down his cheeks, and he was only crying and crying, and he was running, okay, here and there, and in this way his clothes became muddy. Okay, so when he was moving here and there in a rage of running for a while, he stood defeated. Okay, but his cries somehow pressed his into sobs. It means sobs means he was crying so softly. Okay, so at a little distance on the green grass, he could see that through his filmy eyes there were men and women, they were talking. Okay, so he tried to look intently among those patches of bright yellow clothes, but he tried to find out his father and mother among them, among those strangers, among those people who were laughing, who were talking, okay, but he was not able to find out his parents there. Okay, it means he was trying his level best to search his parents, but he was not able to find out his parents. Okay, afterwards what happened, the boy he ran towards the temple, and this temple was crowded with so many people. Okay, and he was just running through the legs of men, and he was just calling out his parents. What was the crowd doing? They were not paying any heed, they were not paying any attention towards that boy. Okay, the crowd was pushing each other, and because they were very much near to the entrance of the temple, so boy was completely frightened, scared, afraid from the huge strong man. Okay, and because those people were seeming just as they have a murderous eyes. Okay, and they were just pushing them with their strong and big shoulders. Okay, so that poor boy could have been crushed under the feet of the man. Okay, and but all of a sudden his cries had been heard by a man in the crowd. So that kind person, that kind man lifted that boy. Okay, and he asked him, Bache, how did you get there? That how did you come here? Okay, so as the man got the child out of the crowd, he asked him how he had reached there, what were his parents' name. But the boy was crying, and he started crying even more, and he was just repeated that what he wanted to. He simply spoke this thing that he just wanted to go to his parents. He wanted to go to his parents. Okay, but the man tried to soothe him.